my gosh, look at those muscles. So as Butter Pickles asked you one day, do you have a license for those guns? I can't
No,
do that
no,
because
but
it hurts. I still had surgery. I had surgery on my shoulder.
oh, please. Listen, John is literally the real world Chuck Norris. Well, I guess
Oh
Chuck Norris
Lord
is
have
real world
mercy.
too. No, he's more badass than any of you know. And yes, you know what? I live in the great state of Florida, which means these are legal, baby.
They're
These are
legal, baby.
legal.
We have an absolutely phenomenal guest today. And I know for a fact I am literally going to screw this up. So it's Mary Ann, I think it's Ziebel. And she will correct me when she gets on, or Ziebel, one of the two. But she's with the Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference. She is with part of the BFO. And you know what? Here she is right here. Look who we've got here in the house.
Supermodels. We bring on
I know. See,
supermodels.
I'm bringing in the beauty. Well, I got two
Yeah.
beauties, and you got the beast. I'm good. I'm okay with being the beast. I like being the beast. Everybody thinks me a
Yeah.
bad guy.
So how much money did you spend on that hair? Is that a $300 hair? Is that 500? Because it is
I don't know. It's
glorious.
like $20. No, you're talking to the one in the middle. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
get out of here. Get out.
So, Mary Ann, did I say your name right, or not? Am I completely off?
You're close. You're
See,
close. It's Ziebel.
Oh, that's even prettier.
Oh, and he's the smart one of the two of us.
Yeah, you're in trouble. This is going to be some weird show. I'm just saying right
Yep.
now. Oh,
Hey,
my.
that's good. That's good stuff.
Well, that's good. I like being good. Yeah, that's good for us. So tell us all about the Ozark Bigfoot Conference. And actually, let's talk about you first, Mary Ann.
Okay. So I got started in this in 2019. I went on a BFRO expedition in the state of Missouri. And the very first night out, we had a Class A sighting, which I guess I just expected it to happen. I didn't realize till the next day that that was not the norm, that just didn't happen. But I had a visual sighting first night out on my first expedition ever. And they're like, okay, so that's like the trifecta, right?
Yep.
And I was hooked. I was hooked after that. And I've been to multiple states on multiple expeditions. And then one day I got the bright idea to start a conference in Missouri because that wasn't going on. And after that, I became the expedition leader for the Missouri BFRO. And then this year, I got permission to go into Oklahoma and lead expeditions in Oklahoma. And I'm also leading expeditions in the state of Arkansas this year.
So, okay, I have a serious question. Is as much evidence and as much movement that we've seen in Missouri, in the Ozarks, why has no one gone, oh, we got to be doing this here before you? That makes to me, I can't believe that's not been going on there for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Egos.
Ego. We can get to that later because that is such a rabbit hole for us to go into. That may actually be a whole show, and we may bring on a whole bunch of invest guys because I really have noticed that it's a problem in our world. And I'm going to say our world because now I'm kind of in it world. So I do see that happen. I'm going, why? Why can't we just all, famous words, why can't we just all get along?
Listen,
Exactly.
I also want to say respect because it is egos, but it's also everywhere I go in rural America. It's just real. They're like, why are you making a big deal out of it? We were just in West Virginia Bigfoot Festival where we all bonded and Mary Ann and I like truly became like sister and brother, which was amazing. But it's just respect. They're like, oh yeah, that's the old man on the mountain. He lives up there. He comes out at night and we stay out of his way. He stays out of our way.
Right.
Why is it a big deal? So I think
Yeah.
you have a combo of both, this nice yin and yang, right? But yeah, that's and honestly, if I was cohabitating with a relic hominid, would I tell you?
Exactly. Some people just don't want you on their property, but the other part of it is if you're not respectful to the people themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't go in there with an ego, they're not going to talk to you, and they're not going to tell you their secrets and that kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, if you kind of go in there like, I'm so-and-so and this is what I'm here to do, it's like, no, that's not going to happen. So
I learned from one of the gentlemen there, and I love talking to the local people, truly local people, and they can tell if you're an outsider versus an insider. And I know there's a lot of people from the Appalachian area, but when you say, and this is what he said to me, he goes, when you hear people say Appalachian or Appalachian, it's either you're local or you're not local. And if if you say Appalachian, you're local, but if you say the Appalachians, you're not local. And I know tons of people that go, "Oh yeah, I'm from the Appalachians." Oh, are you? I kind of don't think you are, but
you're from the city part of it, right?
Yeah, you may have been born there, but I'm a weird combination. My mother's family is from the Ozarks, and my dad's family is from the Appalachians. He's an Appalachian boy, right? And I'm like, so I never realized it growing as a kid. Mountains are in my DNA. And it's amazing. I loved Florida. Lived there for 30 years. I literally met my wife in Connecticut, which was in the mountains. Kind of funny. And then moved down there, lived down there. But the more mountains I got into, the more at home I feel. Is that weird? I mean, to me, it's kind of a little bit weird. But it's enough about us. Let's talk about Mary Ann. So, okay, so now you said, okay, going to start my own conference. How long have you been doing this now in there?
This is going to be our 4th year.
Okay. 4th year.
Going to be the best year. Just saying.
It's going to be the best year, man.
Well, exactly.
So is it like, okay, so we just came from a festival is what I called it. I know they had names, but yours is more of a conference, which means you're going to be a little more, into, you're not there to sell swag or, have vendors and stuff like that. It's kind of a learning thing. Am I right about that?
You're close. We do have, so like our speakers, we do have tables. Everyone gets a table that speaks. They can sell whatever they want, use it however they want. We have a few vendors.
Okay.
But our focus is to bring people in to talk about Bigfoot, to help not only educate all of us, but they're there to educate the public also. And my conference is different because we go camping immediately afterwards. We take a small group. We go out onto private property where we have had activity in the past. Very first time we camped out there, there was one seen in the camp. It was also tracked all around the camp. So we have a lot of activity.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I love about it. Well, first of all, let's go back to John, right? Here's what I love about John. John is a 2,000-year-old mummy or vampire or werewolf. I don't know what yet. Or maybe he's just an elf that Santa Claus was like, you're too talented. Go to the world, educate the people. But whatever he is, he's like, when you two bonded and he's like, oh, this spot? Oh, this spot? Like, John is a man of the people, which is amazing. And I love that about your event. I love that, yes, we sit, we talk, we perform. But then what do? We get out in the woods and we research. That is so unique, so beautiful. And I want to give you
I'm giddy
for doing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what makes you amazing. And when that particular event, really cool. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Thank you. I appreciate that 2 cents.
Yeah.
So Mary, what made you get up one day and go, I'm going to go look for Bigfoot? I mean, there has to be that moment that went, I think I'm going to go look for Bigfoot. And the next question, what would you actually do? How would you react if you literally came face to face with Bigfoot?
Well, so okay, part one. I've always been interested in like Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, that kind of stuff. I would, in the summer when it got incredibly hot in the small town that we lived in as a little kid,
Mhm. Yeah.
I would end up in the library, laying on the floor back there looking at the Bigfoot books, Nessie, that kind of stuff. So I've
Yep.
always had interest. And the place that I worked at, I used to work at a spa with a bunch of women, and they knew that I was into anything weird, right? That's what they called it, weird. And one of them one day said her husband had been listening to the police scanner, and there had been a report locally. And I don't know, we got to talking about the BFRO, and she's like, well, they do expeditions. And I'm like, oh, they don't do them here in the state of Missouri. And she's like, you better go look. So I got on there and got to looking, and I was like, holy crap, they do. They do. So my poor husband comes home that night, and I said, I want to go Bigfoot hunting. And he said, excuse me?
Baking
So, yeah, right. So I signed us up, and he said, I'm camping. You're doing whatever it is you're doing. And he would not tell people for the longest time. He would just tell them we were camping, right? He was like,
Yep.
mm-mm. And we got out there, and I told him, it was really funny, as we're pulling into the campground, I said, this is either going to be the biggest mistake we ever made, and we'll know in about 5 minutes, or this is going to be great, right? And
Yep.
some of the people that I met on that very first expedition have become my best friends. And we've gone multiple states and places, and it was the greatest thing we ever did. So that's how I got started. And after that sighting that first night, I was like, that's it. I'm hooked. I'm doing this the rest of my life. That's just all there is to it, and as far as what would I do if I came face to face to one? Well, I've been known to run toward what I thought was one.
Wow.
Probably not the best idea.
Ovaries.
That's
Brass ovaries on you, young lady.
wow. Wow. I keep telling everybody they just want a hug.
Right?
That's all they want. I think if you really get down to it, I think that they're curious about us as well.
Oh,
They've seen
100%.
the good and they've seen the bad. And I think they're really good at going good, bad. And I think if you're good, I really think you could go up and go and just big old stinking hug. I'm just saying.
Well, and I think too, I think these people that have been aggressively ran out of the woods is because they did something that was I don't know how you would want to I think saying inappropriate leaves you really open, but I think they were out there doing something that maybe didn't come across as a good thing.
Right.
And so they were like, yeah, we're just going to escort these yahoos out of the woods.
Right.
Because we've never had anything like that.
Mm-hmm. And also it's they're hunters, right? So two things: babies and hunting. And all I know about you is if I'm out there hunting and all of a sudden some hoo-ha walks in as I've been waiting there for hours for it to happen, I'm going to be a little perturbed. And I believe they have similar personalities, let's just say. And then if there's babies, I'm going to run you out of there so fast, you're going to think I hate you, but it has nothing to do with that, right? And let me digress real quickly. For those of you that don't know what the BFRO is, that is the OG, that is the standard for Bigfoot analysis, investigation, you name it. So the fact that she is in all these multiple states, she's being very humble. She is trusted by Matthew Moneymaker, who is the current head and has been in the head for a long time. And the more we do these shows, the more I worked on finding Bigfoot. I know Matthew Moneymaker like nobody knows him, okay? But I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with the ultimate compliment. He is, and I will just tell you this, one of the bravest, most badass people I have ever met. And keep tuning in because I will give you stories that prove that. One in the Amazon and one in Pennsylvania when we were in Lafayette County, which they call the Vietnam County, where that dude showed me just how brave people can be. So I'm just going to say that. and for her to be one of his generals, she's truly amazing and someone that you should trust in the space.
Very cool. I guess
Thank you.
I guess I need to try to join. I've never.
They don't
thought
accept
about it.
assholes. I'm sorry.
What's that?
We can make one exception.
All right, that's quota's full for this year. Sorry, can't make it. All right. It's all
Oh, that's
It's all
good.
So, now, Mary Ann, what area is in the Ozark is kind of your favorite? If you don't mind talking about the area where you go.
Well, over on the eastern side of the state, probably, I guess southeast, the Mark Twain Forest, that area is just, you can walk in anywhere and usually find some kind of sign. They're all over the place. And that's part of my goal, is to educate people about how active Missouri actually is. I think we rank in like the top 10. Well, to tell you the truth, we probably should be in the top 5 and maybe even a little bit higher than that, because there's activity all the time. It's just that it's not being put out there. People, like you said, the locals are not talking about it because they don't want people in that are not respectful of the land and themselves and things like that. So that's part of my mission, is I want people to become aware of actually how active Missouri is.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's amazing. I've got family that's in Piedmont and Annapolis, and actually I got family in St. Louis as well. But it's like when I thought that my cousins were going to start making fun of me because I'm going after, I'm looking for Bigfoot and I'm also UFO and all that kind of stuff. And they're like, "Oh no, man, they're always the activity here." And then it was one of my cousins that went, "Oh, don't you remember as a kid?" And I'm like, I literally had just not processed that part of me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, Black River, Annapolis. Oh yeah, I do remember that."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it all comes streaming back, and I'm going, "Oh yeah, I've never seen my uncles that scared in my life. And my uncles are big hunter boys. I mean, they got no problem shooting stuff and going out and killing stuff. And when you see them boys in the summertime that are nice and tan, turn white, that's a problem." So yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. So what do people need to know, Mary Ann, about getting started with the BFRO and or just getting out in the woods? What really should they know, what to expect, how to handle it, and that kind of stuff?
Well, I always had somebody that used to tell me, don't ask for things if you don't want to know. So don't go looking if you don't want to really find it. Because if you're out there actively looking, you're going to find things. Right. If you put your phone down and go to the woods and pay attention to your surroundings, you're going to be amazed at what happens.
Okay, so I'm a first timer, right? I'm going to go look. I'm just going to walk out for the day and come back. Give me 5 things that I absolutely have to have going in to start looking. So
you're going to go out during the day. Okay.
Now start in the morning and be back by evening.
Well, so if you're walking a trail that you've never walked before, you need a map. You need to be aware of, where you're going, how long it's going to take. And you need to let somebody know if you're by yourself. I would say don't ever go by yourself. Take at least one other person with you. Handheld recorder's nice to attach to yourself, because it's going to pick up things that maybe you didn't notice. You can always go back and listen to it later. Instead of your cell phone camera, how about one that doesn't autofocus? Have a little camera with you, because that's the biggest problem with our cell phone cameras, is they focus on things and we can't change that.
Right.
Blurry.
Right, exactly. And that's exactly why they're blurry, that type of thing. So just some little things like that. It's like whatever you're going to take hiking, add those things to it, but being aware, and maybe you watch some videos and listen to things for sounds, people always like, oh, I heard this woman screaming in the woods. It was a panther. No, it's not. No, it's not. Go listen to them. They don't have the lung capacity. They cannot do that. That is the biggest misconception there is. The tree knocks, like we were talking, Ryan, they're not necessarily tree knocks. Bigfoot does not walk around with a stick in his hands. You know, it's a mouth pop, a tongue click, something along those lines. Yes, exactly. And if you hear that and you're way out in the woods where nobody's building anything, hello, you know, and then of course there's always the whoops, but those are things that are usually more in the evenings. You know, that's not necessarily something during the day. Watch your trail. You want to look for tracks, but also look up in the trees. You know, always be it's not always on the ground. You got to look up in the top of the trees too. You know, it's just, you've got to go out there and be aware of your surroundings. That's the biggest thing.
All right. That's easy. That's easy.
Can I ask something completely random? But when we pull out and we do a wide of her beautiful set, by the way, I love that you have angelic wings, butterfly wings behind you because it's beautiful. But does Sears still exist in Missouri?
No.
Because that's nostalgic for me.
I love that semi. And it's the old Sears semi truck too.
Right, exactly. It's like, can you see it? Where did it go?
There it is.
There it is. Other side.
I love it. I love it. Sorry to digress, but I love it.
Well, that was, so when I was a little kid, of course, I was a tomboy, and I was not one of those little girls that played with baby dolls, you know. And so my father, the year before he passed away, bought me that Sears truck as a Christmas present. And I have had it ever since, you know, and that's one of my treasures.
And I would add just this accoutrement to it. Like, if you're going out in the woods and you want a genuine experience, and by all means go to Missouri, because it's quiet there, but it could be the greatest. They used to call that South America back in the day, just so you know, 17th, 18th century. Yeah, no, they called it South America because it was so wild and so crazy that people were actually afraid to travel through it. So anyway, I digress, but yeah, absolutely. Like, get out there and open yourself up and leave a gift. Leave something that you've attached your love to, whether it be a rock or a little stick or that truck. And when you do that, when you basically say, this is something I care about here, the world begins to open up. And that is Native American wisdom. That is wisdom from you. And that works. That changed my whole world. And we present that to you as a viewer, as someone who truly wants it. But make sure you want the truth. Make sure you want a genuine experience, like she said, because when it happens, you are going to your pants. Okay?
Yes.
So just, yes. Anyway.
So we only have a few more minutes left. I want to get back to the conference. So are you limiting the amount of people that will be able to go, a little bit attend?
To the camp out part of it?
Either or.
Well, yes. So the event center, we can sell about 400 tickets.
Okay.
The camp out, we only sell 30.
Oh.
So it's very limited on what we take out there because it's private property. We don't want, we can't take that many people. And the only way you can get tickets to the camp out is to go onto Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference Facebook page and private message me. And that's how you will get set up to camp out. Everything else, because we're doing a VIP night, and we're doing the conference, that all can be acquired through Eventbrite. But if you're wanting to camp out, that has to be done through Ozark Mountain Bigfoot on Bigfoot Conference on Facebook.
Okay. All
right. And let me add this, and you tell me if I'm wrong. The reason that is because the same reason why I believe Finding Bigfoot, we sometimes stumbled upon the truth and sometimes we didn't, is because we only want people that truly are manifesting and want this experience. No naysayers, no people that think it's bullshit. We want people that believe, because when you have that, it happens.
Yep.
Right, exactly.
Respect.
And you know what? Hey, Ryan, I mean,
Yeah.
RPG, everybody calls you Ryan. I like RPG better. So
Thank you.
one of the things that everybody should be taking out into and this is going to be, you're going to see where I'm going to go with this. It's one thing that everybody needs to be taking out into the woods with them is a little bit of Squatch juice.
Ooh. So listen, you don't think I'm ready? We've got two things right here. This is for hydration. This is literally potassium, sea salt, and electrolytes. This is what you need just simply so you don't have dehydration from heat stroke. And this is your energy drink. This is the thing. We're all drinking Red Bull. We're all drinking Monster. We're all drinking these drinks. And listen, I'm going to do this with the greatest amount of respect possible. Those drinks are not healthy for you. That is the only energy drink on the market that actually, listen, I'm gonna drop something that's real powerful because we don't have much time, and this is about Mary Ann. The gentleman, Brandon, who got this going, you know why he got this going? Because within a year, he had 15 people drop dead on him, either through suicide or through poor health. And he said, what do I do to make a difference? It starts in your gut, which goes back to your basic instincts. That is the most important part of your body. And he said, we need to either do food or a drink. And they said 80% of all calories consumed are from drinks. Boom, let's make a drink. And this is Squatch juice. Join us. Join the revolution. Let's get healthy and adventure together. I love you.
And Ryan, where can they get this wonderful stuff?
You got to go to Squatchnut or squatchjuice.com. Find us. Find me.
Did you say Squatch snot?
It sounded like
Nut. Squatch nut. Which honestly, that's even funnier. That's even funnier.
Not gonna do that.
But hey, that's the point. Come in smiling and leave feeling healthy, man. There's a great story behind this. We serve veterans. We deal with people with PTSD. We want to help everybody. We want you to be healthy so that you can find Bigfoot or whatever high strangeness you're into. Mary Ann, I love you. We bonded so well at this last thing, you, me, and John. This is my favorite podcast I've done in a while. Thank you. Thank you.
So before we leave, and I've got one more question. Again, I'm the owner. I can kind of do it. I want one from Mary. I want one thing that everybody says something about Bigfoot that you don't think is true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I don't think they're a big dumb ape. I just don't.
With you. I think they're as intelligent as it gets.
Well, if they weren't intelligent, we would have already found them.
Yep.
Amen. Amen.
So there you go. All right, everybody. Yep. Thanks for watching ParaGeeks. For me and my co-host, we got, here's the funny thing. We got more co-hosts. We just got to get them all together, get them on. We may just do a co-host show. And I'm hoping Miss Mary Ann is going to start doing a show with us and be a part of the Area 52 TV family. And so we'll see everybody next week on the ParaGeeks TV show. Goodbye.
Bye.
Keep squatching.